I think everyone has at least an hour in their day to practice yoga. But for someone that maybe doesn't have an hour and is super busy, if they had 5 minutes, what would you recommend they do?
Well, yes. Then I would do the combination in the 5 minutes. First of all, centering yourself, literally with breath, with pranayama, and bringing yourself literally into your center. And then I would do some really nice stretches.
Yeah.
Really, to get the body moving and get all the stretches and get all the kinks out.
Yeah.
And then maybe just another asana, something that you really feel like you need. If you need grounding, you can do the eagle.
Yeah.
If you're in a very good mood, you want to maybe do the standing bow and fly. But do at least 1 or 2 asanas.
Yeah.
And then finish off. You won't have time for the shavasana, but maybe time for some alternate nostril breathing. Just
that's a really
calming
good
the
one.
whole central nervous system down, and then
We should have done that at the start of the podcast, shouldn't we?
yes.
We'll do it at the end.
We'll do it in the end.
And how do you keep your practice fresh? What's, your kind of, what do you do to keep your practice fresh? Sometimes do you find that you feel a bit off balance or you don't want to do a full practice? How do you keep it fresh?
Well, I love my yoga so much that for me, it's fresh every time I do it. But I would have thought for somebody else, there are thousands of postures.
Yeah.
There are thousands of different variations.
And combinations of the flow as well.
So how in the world can you be bored?
Yeah.
Just, find the flow.
Yeah.
And let your body just move in the way that it feels.
Yeah. It's amazing when you kind of are on that mat and you're just in that flow state and you're just moving with your breath
Yes.
and nothing else matters. And then it ends and you think, I've got to go back to life now.
And that's why I love the yoga flow as well.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of letting your body move in the way that it feels like it.
And I feel like so many people nowadays are sat at their desks and they're kind of hunched over. So what would you say to someone that maybe works at a desk and comes to your class and says, I'm not flexible enough for yoga? I'm sure you hear that a lot.
I do. I hear that too often. Flexibility is a very unique subject because everybody can become more flexible.
Absolutely.
Now, men struggle more than women with flexibility. I've seen that the women, a lot of men say, oh, yoga's for women. And I say, oh, no. The greatest masters are all men. So no, that's wrong. But they fear this idea of the flexibility because they're just not used to moving in that way. How you increase your flexibility is through breath.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can do it. A lot of people just don't get that. You can't force
A fold
into
if you're not
flexibility.
breathing.
You have to allow the breath to bring the flexibility into the body. So breath combined with relaxing your muscles will help you relax deeper and deeper
pose.
and deeper into the stretch. So children are so flexible.
Yeah,
Look
they
at
are.
them. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I love teaching my grandchildren.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Aw.
just love it so much. And they love all the animals, the cat and the dog and the this and the that.
But don't you find that when we were younger and, we didn't do yoga as children, but you do headstands, you do handstands, and you're rolling around and you're moving like you're doing yoga. And it's so wonderful to see now that there is children's yoga available.
Yes, there is. And for years, I've been lobbying actually, to get yoga for children introduced into the schools for so many reasons. For those that you mentioned, but also for concentration, focusing their mind. So, no, it's very hard sell into that. So I'm glad that some yoga classes for children are now available.
Yeah.
But flexibility, everybody can slowly get more flexible.
And on that subject, what would you say first? If someone comes to your class and they've got really bad posture, really kind of rounded through the shoulders, do you think it's important to correct their posture first or their breath first?
Posture.
Yeah.
Posture is number one.
Yeah.
Because especially today, everybody's over a computer, they're over their phones. And the thing is, you've got to get posture.
I'm sat back in this chair, but I should probably be sat up. But
Yes,
it's just
I think
so comfy, isn't it?
I know, but no, posture is the most important thing because without good posture, the pranayama is a complete waste. Because if you're sitting like this, how are you going to be breathing?
Yeah.
So it's got to be whether
Lifting
you're
up.
kneeling, sitting, standing, you've got to get the posture right. So in my yoga classes, we always began with posture.
Yeah.
And then once the posture, then the breath.
Then the breath work.
Then the breath work.
And what's your advice to someone that maybe hates meditation? I know people can go to classes and they just want to move, but they don't want to sit still. So what would you recommend for someone that hates meditation?